Vanny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Zedos Gang podcast. I am Joseph Buchanan. Today we have a guest of equal of lethal cunning next to the other guest of equal lethal cunning. I've got to stop stealing Empire's little bits. But anyway,
I was kind of impressed there, Joe. I thought you made that.
Oh no, that's all
yourself.
Empire.
Oh, okay.
I'm stealing stuff from other people's podcasts and using it as my own.
Oh, okay.
Not other people's podcasts.
Dude, you just said that I am of equal or lethal cunning. Like, I don't care who you stole it from. Thank you.
Well, that voice that you heard is Neil. Welcome back, Neil. It's good to have you back on. And we have Mr. I'm going to need a nickname for you now. I'm going to call you...
What? Sashman.
No. The Shadow Assassin.
What?
It's almost like a Wu-Tang name. Just go with it. You're the Shadow Assassin, Satchman. The Shadow Assassin Satchman. Yes, that's what we're going with. Yeah. And, he's back on the podcast as normal. And we're doing number 69. No jokes on the number.
No jokes. Like an attractive chick as a guest
for number 69.
I mean, I think I've used up my quota of attractive female ladies that know about film.
Oh.
This far, I'll recycle them again. It's kind of come back.
69, dude.
Yeah, that's the level of humour that we're going to get today because we've got some truly great trailers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got some deep trailers. We got some deep trailers.
In fact, I'm gonna start with the best and go with deep. And
deep undercover.
Yeah, you heard it here first. This is the trailers that dropped, and we start off with Deep. And I don't really have much to say about this other than I've seen it before and I've seen it done better. I wouldn't not take my child to see this, or niece or nephew. This is very pandering to... it's a money grab. Hey man, this was popular, let's do something akin to what Pixar have already done twice before and better. And that's all I've got to say about it. And it's about global warming, it seems.
Wow. You know what? You know, the first thing that really made me think, oh wow, this is going to be a bad film, is it said from some of the minds that brought you Madagascar. Some. Not from the minds. From some. You know when you see something and it says from some of the people that brought you this?
Yeah.
That means some of the people thought, nah, this isn't a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it isn't.
It's not. The most interesting thing about this entire trailer was... I don't even care if I spoil the film. It looks like it about global warming, and you see
the whole movie took a plunge. You see
the city. You see a city, probably New York, underwater. That's what you see. It's probably New York. It's underwater.
Yeah, so the other characters.
And
definitely.
I'm like, okay, that's it. That's the most interesting part about it. It looks like a cross between Waterworld. Flipping, what was that film that came out?
Finding Nemo.
No, the one with Will Smith.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh,
that fish film with Will Smith.
Yeah, that one.
Angela
oh yeah,
Jolie.
Shark Tale.
Yeah, it looks like a cross between that between
And Shark Tale wasn't that great, but it had better animation.
Yeah, but it looks. I mean, you know, and it sounds bad, and I am not being disrespectful to the people that worked hard to make this, or the companies that funded it, or anything. But I'm going to be straightforward. The fact that you release a film, it also has internet streaming release date the same day. You ain't planning for this film to be, you know.
Yeah,
you're not planning for big things for this film.
Yeah, they want to get it out as soon as possible, with less scrutiny or
as little exposure as possible.
Yeah, just there it is. It's out. Go watch it. It's crap. We know it's crap. There's no faith in this film, as far as I can see. Anyway, it doesn't look like it, and it's coming out fairly soon as well. Was that September or something?
But it does look bad. Like, I have a 3-year-old nephew. I have my way. He'll never see this film.
He'll never see this film. Yeah, August 25th.
August 25th on selected theaters and on iTunes.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for this film.
Nah, bruv.
Yeah, that's definitely not the one to be watching. And I'm not going to waste any more time on this unless you want to add to this.
I think the trailer's deep, bro. Deep.
And on that note, we'll go to the next trailer. I'll keep Death Wish for the not just for now. We'll start off with Mother. Well, the next trailer is Mother. Hence the next trailer. Yeah. So this is just a teaser trailer. You've got Jennifer Lawrence walking through a house, and you've got a voiceover with Javier Bardem, I think Michelle Pfeiffer, and a few others talking about being a guest, and it gets really weird. It's that's the only way I can describe it really without spoiling. You guys can watch the trailer. Yeah, but yeah, what do you guys think?
I mean, it's a teaser trailer, so, and it's a proper teaser trailer. It's like, what, 30 seconds long or something?
Yeah,
so
literally.
It's a proper teaser trailer. I don't know anything about it other than I am intrigued by it. You know,
there's some interesting imagery right towards the end of the trailer.
That's it. I mean, it's like you literally get about 22 seconds of Jennifer Lawrence walking through a house, and then you get about 6 seconds of like everything.
Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I know. It's good though. It's good. Yeah. it ties into episode 69, don't it? Okay. Sorry, there was just an image of somebody clearly trying to give Michelle Pfeiffer a hickey, and it works. You know, meow. She still got it.
I don't know how old she is now, but she's aged well. She's aged gracefully. Like I'd like someone to be with. To age, gracefully with.
But no, like, you know, jokes aside, no, it does look interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Sach?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's Aaron Aronofsky. I like most of his stuff except for Noah. Yeah, I mean, like, he's going back to his psychological kind of thriller kind of roots here, or, well, he didn't start off doing that. He did, Black Swan, which was very much psychological. So I guess this is kind of more in vein with that. There's a good cast in Javier Bardem, Jennifer Lawrence. Did I notice Donald Gleason being in there, or was I just imagining it?
I don't know. All I saw was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Let me check IMDb. Yeah, he is in there. Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, Ed Harris is in there as well.
That's probably the guy.
So
yeah, that's definitely Ed Harris.
That's Ed Harris.
Yeah. So Kirsten Wiig as well. That's a great cast, and like
Kirsten Wiig.
Yeah, Kirsten Wiig.
Interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see what they pull out in here. He rarely disappoints as a director, so you know, let's go check it out.
I really would like him to admit that Black Swan is just the anime.
Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wish he would just admit that, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Can't admit that. He won an Oscar for that, didn't he?
No.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't be admitting that. Like when your film flops, then you're like, yeah, I just tried to do this. Then you can admit it. Right? When you win, nah. Like you watched Perfect Blue, yeah. After I finished directing, yeah. When I finished Black Swan, I watched Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, did they read my script?
Oops, sorry guys, sorry. That was my fault. Okay, so on to the next trailer, and this is 6 Days. This is based on a true event that happened at the what embassy was it? I can't remember what embassy it was, but it was an embassy in London in the 80s. The Iranian embassy, April 30th, 1980. And this is a SAS story about them storming this building, or the lead up to them storming this building. And I'm kind of into this purely because you don't see many films about the SAS. Those guys are badass. And if there's this thing on Channel 4 at the moment called Who Dares Wins or something, or something like that, to that degree. And the training that those guys go through, I'm sure any Americans that are listening, I'm sure it eclipses what the training that the
SEALs.
Go on. It's. I'm not saying that they're not good, but the SAS, I don't know that many people could handle that, man. I would love to see the opposite. Anyway, I'm getting on the case. This film I haven't seen Jamie Bell in a film in ages, not since Tintin, or for me anyway. And this looks like an interesting role for him, and just on the story matter in itself, I don't think a lot of people know about. I think people know about it, but don't know about it, if you know what I mean. The ins and outs of it. It's got that what was that film that Ben Affleck did?
The Argo.
Yeah,
Argo.
It's got that vibe to it as well.
Yeah.
Without the comedy elements, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this film. I'm gonna let you guys do your 2 cents on this now.
Well, I saw Jamie Bell in Filth and Fan Four Stick. Just saying, recently.
I thought we don't mention that film in my presence.
No, it does look good, man. It looks really, really quite good. Toa Fraser's the director behind this. What I like, you got him, you got Mark Strong. It's got a nice cast. It looks like a really good kind of thriller, historical
looks
thriller.
Decent. Looks really decent.
Well made, put together, and we get to learn more, like you said, about the actual incident. Actual incident itself. Again, I share your thoughts on the SAS. I don't think there's been that many SAS movies, or maybe they have and they've just gone straight to Netflix.
There was obviously Who Dares Wins.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I mean. You don't hear about. You always hear about the Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
And you never hear about the SAS. And so the thing is, there's a reason why you don't hear about the SAS, because they're just badass. You bring the SAS in when that's the last resort. Okay, you need to get these guys in.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 done. I'd like to see more films on the SAS. But yeah, as a standalone film in itself about the event, it looks like it's going to be. I'm guessing this will come out in around November time. It's got that feel to it. Feels like a November film, October-November film. So I'm game for this. Neil?
I very much am very intrigued by this, because obviously, like yourself, 1980, I wasn't even born yet. But I remember, I think it was 1990 when they did they were talking about the anniversary of this, and it was when they were talking about kind of how it went down, and the fact that when they called in the SAS and how they stormed the building and what they did. And I mean, if I'm correct, because my history isn't what it used to be, did they saved most of the people? I
believe some people died, but I can't again, like you, this is something that I heard about a lot, but never it was never something that steeped into my memory. But yeah, I do remember that they stormed that building hard, and it was
That was it. I mean, like, I think it is. I'm actually looking it up now, and it says that 2 hostages were killed, 1 before the assault, 1 during the attack. 2 hostages were wounded in the assault. One SAS soldier wounded. 5 killed. 1 captured.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so there was, like, that tells you the SAS don't play games.
Yeah.
It was like 3 people got injured.
Yeah.
And there was they kidnapped 26 people.
That's a lot of people to account for.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. 26, and the SAS handled business. With vigor.
Yeah, they went and handled it. So
so I mean, I am intrigued by it, especially because, like you say, you'd never really see anything to do with the SAS. I think as well as that, it's, for the most part, whenever I see something historical or like based on true events, it never happens in England, never happens in London, never happens in a place that you go to, been around. So it's seeing a modern reflection on the history of something that I grew up around. Yeah. So seeing, like, I mean, in the trailer you see things like BBC cameras, and you see, like, the way that people look, and it's just like, okay, I'm intrigued by this. I'd like to see it. Yeah. This is definitely. Yeah, this is at my alley. I can't say anything more about it than that, man. But more news on this when this film is released, when it comes. Okay, on to the next trailer, and that is Death Wish. And this brings back Bruce Willis. He looks like he's on form, but who the hell knows?
But you know what? If he's not on form, he's doing a good job of acting like if he is, because I'm telling you what, this is a big throwback to old school Bruce Willis movies. I'm a little bit on the edge here. I love the talent, okay? I would have preferred it be an action star that isn't synonymous with action movies, if you know what I mean, like, or someone that wasn't Bruce Willis, because Bruce Willis has always kind of been about, even though he's gone straight to DVD in the past 4 years. I mean, like, he's always been like, oh, it's Bruce Willis in another action movie. If it was someone like Harrison Ford, who is synonymous with action pictures but hasn't done one in a while, I would have been more on board with Harrison Ford. Right. Or someone that just doesn't do action movies. You know what I mean? Someone like, I don't know, name someone that doesn't do action movies that often or ever.
Keith Sutherland.
No, he's Jack Bauer.
No. But he hasn't done an action movie since the that film with Eva Longoria.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll give you. I can see where. Well, he sits in the same category as Harrison Ford. Then, if we're talking movies, but then I think with.
I know what you're getting at.
But you know what I'm getting at here. We someone that. Not really synonymous with action. Ralph Fiennes. There we go. Okay. You can't get anyone less than that. You know what I mean? Anyone. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm going for. Like someone. It could have been anyone, but like because that was the joy of the original guy Charles Bronson. Yeah, Charles Bronson. Because. He did
he wasn't an action guy.
Yeah, he did westerns. Yeah, he did westerns that did. Yeah, but that was after. Oh, well. That was after Death Wish. You know what I mean? Yeah. Death Wish. After Death Wish, he was Mr. You know what I mean? He was Mr.
Death Wish.
Yeah, he was Mr. Death Wish. So it's like it's more or less what Liam Neeson has become, if that makes sense. Yeah. Now, like kind of thing. They need to do that kind of route. You know what I mean? Take a star that... that's what I think anyway. But, I mean, I like the talent. You got Eli Roth, who's fantastic. This is right up his alley. And it's written by Joe Carnahan, who I know would give this script the time and attention that it needs to be for a reboot. I do think the trailer could have been more gritty, but I guess they're trying to, appease like the more casual audience kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. They're trying something with marketing here, but I just hope it's more like Death Wish 1 and not like Death Wish 6. But then even if it was like Death Wish 6, I'll still catch some jokes in it, because you know what, the later Death Wishes, even though they weren't as good as that first one, they had some joke in there, like lots of joke. And trust me, I've been watching all of like Charles Bronson stuff on Netflix, and they had the whole Death Wish series up on Netflix, like in the past year, and I blitzed through all of them, and they're all a joy to watch, even though they go downhill.
I only saw up to 3.
You only saw up to 3?
Yeah.
Oh mate, 6 is hilarious.
Yeah, I couldn't do anymore.
Mate, it's jokes. It's a guilty pleasure movie. You should totally check it out. Look, you know it's not as good, but you'll watch it anyway because it's him doing this thing.
So that's is it The Room bad?
No, I wouldn't say it was The Room bad.
Because The Room bad is so bad, it's good.
Yeah,
in that sense.
I would say it was The Room bad, but yeah.
I want Neil, because Neil's been very quiet this far. I want your 5 pence on this.
I feel like, okay, now I'm in the like minority of people around our age who I haven't watched any of the Death Wishes.
What?
Right, I never got to see any of them. Right, but I remember hearing about it.
Yeah.
Now, the problem I have with it is, from what I remember, Death Wish, it was about a guy who was not that guy. He was not the gun-wielding action hero type. He was a normal guy.
Yeah, he's a surgeon.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
So, and the problem I have with it, with this...
Bruce Willis is not a surgeon.
...is looking at Bruce Willis, he never looked... There ain't, like... The doctors who look like Bruce Willis probably run the marathon, probably do a Spartan run every now and then, you know. They got medals for this. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at, and I just like, I'm having, it's sort of like, you know, like you look at certain things, like, you know, okay, you know, one of the overarching things about Superman is that people are like, how can nobody know that Clark Kent is Superman if all he does is take off a pair of glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's no way you're going to convince me that Bruce Willis, you know, went to medical school and spent his life, dedicated his life to trying to save lives, and then, you know, after one tragedy turned into Bruce Willis, we know, turned it back into John McClane, you know. It's like, it's not really, and I love Eli Roth, I love Joe Carnahan, but I'm just like, I'm watching this trailer and I just feel like it would have worked with a different person. The music, as you said, it's a bad music choice. The music choice, when you watch the trailer, you'll hear the song. That song is synonymous with kind of action and it's synonymous with the kind of, not, I wouldn't call it light-hearted action, but it's synonymous with the, this isn't emotionally fueled action. This is just like, it happens, you know.
Light-hearted rock.
Yeah, because I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, okay, if you're a doctor, you dedicated your life to saving lives. So the prospect of you taking a life is going to be a big deal, probably a bigger deal than it would be for like any of us, because we haven't dedicated our life to saving lives. You know, we haven't been in a position where we've had to try and save someone's life who's died because of what we are literally about to do. And I mean, there's parts of the trailer I really didn't like. Like, you know, spoiler for the trailer, tough shit. You know, the bit where he kicks like the coffee table and a massive like machine gun comes flying out of it. Yeah. I'm like, you know, the last time I saw something like that was in the second Punisher movie, the Thomas Jane's Punisher movie, where he's got like guns stored in every nook and cranny of the house. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm not gonna feel it looks like, from what you guys were saying about what the first Death Wish to all the way to like Death Wish 6, it basically, Death Wish is the kind of thriller version of Freddy Krueger, where he went from being scary to being, you know, a comedian, where, you know, you go from being a surgeon who suffers such a traumatic experience that you feel the only way to deal with it is to exact horrible bloody revenge, to like, you know, probably like being able to like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna kill you. No, Jack is. And then you pull the freaking Jack away from the car and the car falls. Okay, wow, yeah. Because if you went from a surgeon to a vigilante, that's what your mind would tell you to say. And I'm just like, I can't. I want to like it, and there's things about it that I think, yeah, I'd like that, but
yeah,
there's an imbalance to it that I don't like.
Yeah, I feel
that's what it is. There's an
this.
imbalance to it that I don't like, and it's like, you know, I can imagine Death Wish 2 and like, oh, it's Bruce Willis versus Jason Statham as, you know, the lawyer who decided to undertake this after he lost the case, and, you know, because he lost the case, the person who he was going to put away killed his family. But,
I
like even now, look, the scene that we are paused at is, you know what, the ice cream man, and here's the problem: you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gangsters. Let's call them 5. Sorry, because there's another dude there on the porch. So you've got 5 gangsters, so to speak. When they're all standing there looking at Bruce Willis like, what you want? I'm gonna deal with you. And Bruce Willis does his thing and they run. They scatter like roaches. I'm sorry. The fact that the head bad guy is holding a gun, right? Look at him. Running. Right? Out the gate. They're gone. They're like, no, bro. Not having that.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense for the. If this was maybe,
and they said it's Chicago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is what makes it worse. If this, I'm like, Chicago. Nah, you know what? People don't run in Chicago. People don't run in Chicago, right? Bruce Willis wouldn't have made it back to the car he came in.
Yeah.
Right. If that's really Chicago, and you're telling me that, no, I'm sorry, but there's too many irregularities with this one.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this feels like he's in the John Wick universe. If John Wick was in this universe, he would have taken all of them out before they knew what happened.
Yeah.
So, in the sense that what they're trying, I don't understand what they're trying to do with this. He looks, in some aspects, he looks good as a character, but in the other aspects, he's not believable as a doctor.
That's it. Yeah. You know, it's like the whole thing with characters is, when it's character development, you're supposed to care about the character before they become whatever they become. Yeah. Right? So, you know, they're like saying, it's like, if you don't care about Bruce Wayne before he puts on the costume, then you don't care about what anything happens to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Willis, I'm looking at this, I'm like, they taught in the film so his wife and daughter are attacked, his wife dies, right? At what point are we seeing him look like the death of his wife is affecting him? Oh yes, it's clearly affecting him because he's become John Wick's dad, but it doesn't look like it affects him. I'm like, no, I'm not seeing something that's making me think, yeah. Like, do you know what I want to see? I want to see him sitting in rooms, brooding over his wife, looking at her picture. Every time he's about to go do something stupid, I want to see him pull out his wallet and look at her picture and, you know, be like, I can't let this happen to someone else. Then go in there and be, you know.
John Wick does that. And,
right, yeah.
And
John Wick was a trained killer. Yeah. He's trained to kill people. He killed 3 guys with a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has more character development than what Bruce Willis looks like he has in this film.
Yeah, definitely. At the same time, you guys are judging a trailer, man.
I know, but if I can,
that's true. We're critiquing the trailer.
Yeah. It's true. We are judging it from a trailer.
Yeah,
but how many? I'm like,
again, just
this level of film. How many times have you been wrong about a trailer?
It's again. I'm going by what the trailer made me feel. I like Bruce Willis in this role. It's just that some of it seems off, like what you just mentioned, the gangsters running off in Chicago.
Yeah. I'm like, I would watch this. You know what I would love to see? I would want to see this film. I want this film to be 90 minutes long, and I don't want to see Bruce Willis do nothing for 30 minutes. I want 30 minutes of him. You give me 5 minutes where you tell me what the state of Chicago is, and then give me 25 minutes where it's nothing but Bruce Willis, Elizabeth Shue, and their daughter. That's it. I want to show him as a doctor saving lives. You know, more people have come in because there's been another gang shooting, and he's saving lives. And he goes home, and you know, his wife hugs him, and he's just like, you know, maybe we should move because, you know, it's so dangerous here. Maybe even if he turns around and says, you know what, we have to stay here because it's so dangerous here, because people are dying. I've done the Hippocratic oath to save lives. I can't just abandon these people. And then when the shit hits the fan, 30 minutes into the film, and his wife dies and his daughter is injured, then he's like, you know what? Now I must break this oath.
Yeah. Well, I got to stop it there because we
wasted too long on these damn trailers.
Yeah, we've got one. Right. But yeah, I mean, it makes for an interesting debate. What do you? Anyone who's listening, you chime in and you tell us how you feel about that. And yeah, Bruce Willis, it's back. Okay, on to the news, the topics. There's something that I was listening to the Joe Rogan show earlier today, and he said something interesting about Netflix. So I looked into it, and it seems that Netflix are losing a hell of a lot of money. Because he was talking about the bubble's going to burst eventually, and what does he mean by that? So it looks like they've invested in a lot of these projects, but it's either not making them money or they're investing too much in it, because it's 20 billion they are in debt.
Netflix is in debt of 20 billion.
Yeah. And
you know what? I'm gonna say it straight. Sorry to cut you.
No.
Netflix, you are in debt because you want to take a year to release a damn DVD of your shows. Don't take the piss. Why am I waiting until December to get my hands on Luke Cage? Why are you upsetting me? Films go in the cinema, come out, and there's 6 months between...
Not even that anymore.
6 months generally between a film leaving the cinema and appearing on DVD and Blu-ray. Why am I waiting a whole 12 months for you?
Yeah, I don't know what maybe it doesn't. That's not part of their model, or that they still think that because I've seen things taper out now.
Yeah.
Films now kind of really belong to film enthusiasts when it's released on Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh yeah, so people who go out and buy it. Yeah. I get you.
Because you still, I mean, if you go to HMV or any of the places like that are still around, it's all full of people that want to buy this stuff. Yeah. And so there's still clearly a market for physical media. In Netflix's point of view, I think they're more focused on subscribers and getting as many subscribers as they can but the problem with their platform also is that people lend out the Netflix account to other people.
The account code.
So the amount of people that they have on Netflix, I don't think equates to how much they're actually getting. In the sense, but I'm no expert in this. But when Joe Rogan said, "Yeah, the bubble's going to burst," and I was like, "Whoa, what?"
Well, I mean, I can understand it because there are certain things that Netflix did that nobody really talks about now, but they did. Like, okay, you've got Netflix original movies. Netflix did the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That went and disappeared,
right? And it was in and it was out. I mean, when I got my Netflix account, it was one of the first things I watched. But at the same time, it was in, it was out, and it was gone. And I'm like, Netflix came into what is like, I say, the entertainment world. Netflix came in, from my opinion, they came in with a model that was very modern. Because old studio heads and film and TV shows and everything were doing things from the standpoint of you make it, you air it, you release it, right? You make it, you air it. Oh, enough people liked it. We got enough ratings, or we made enough money. We release it. Oh, we made some more money. Let's keep it going again.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, I'm like, okay, so you've got things like Orange is the New Black. I don't watch it, but I know so many people who watch it, so many people who love it. And I'm like, okay, but where's your boost past it being a Netflix show? Yes, obviously you want subscribers, you want people in, but you have to focus on, if your sole focus is getting subscribers, you can't be putting in the level of work that the level of money that you're doing to make shows like Orange is the New Black, to make the Marvel Netflix shows. You know, there are shows on Netflix that are really good, but if they're a Netflix exclusive, then it's like, okay, but what is so exclusive about that other than I pay £10 a month to get Netflix? What is, you know, what else am I getting for that? I'm getting all of these shows, great, I watch them, but once I've watched them, it's done. I've watched it. Maybe Netflix should do, you know, it's like, okay, film enthusiasts who buy the films. For me personally, as a film enthusiast, I buy a film, I want the special features, right? You tell me that there's a limited edition, I'm like, is it got special features? No, it's not that limited, I don't want it. Right? Maybe Netflix should do a thing of, you know what? Here's the show. Did you like the show? Yeah. Here's how we made it. Why is there not the bonus episode of how you made the show, or what you did differently, or how you adapted it? Because it's special, you know. Or even a commentary. Yeah, a commentary from the makers or something. Because I'm like, I have all the Netflix Marvel shows on DVD. I bought them. None of them have special features. It's just them 10 episodes and done. And I'm like, right, well, what was the point in me buying the hard copy of it when it's exactly the same as the Netflix account? I mean, there's nothing extra. Yeah, and you know, they're spending money to get all of these films and TV shows and things on their system. So they've got Breaking Bad on there, and they've got Better Call Saul on there. Yeah, but Breaking Bad once the contract's up on Breaking Bad, once the contract's up, it's gone. But here's the thing. Why? I mean, again, it's probably the difference of people who want to invest in this thing and people who are just casual interests. What's more thing to you, spending £40 a pop once to buy the entire show and then you have it sitting there, or to spend £10 a month and watch the entire show digitally? It doesn't take up any room anywhere else. But maybe I'm just like, Netflix, put some more into it. Yeah, definitely. Do some more advertising. Satch, I don't know where you stand with this, because you're a Netflix watcher. What did you ever think it would come to a bubble? I mean, it says it right there. Netflix bubble burst.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Neither did I until today.
Until you said that, I had no idea that they were 20
I didn't even know this was in the show notes. So.
No, because I literally just before you got here, I was listening to Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay, I see.
He was like, "What Netflix? What?" Yeah. And I looked for it when you got here. Yeah. I thought, "Oh right, okay."
Oh no, man!
It's a short note because they're investing a lot in film. Oh, okay. And so, I mean, it goes to what Christopher Nolan said. Yeah, it's great that you're doing that, but you've got to.
I think their biggest moneymaker is TV shows rather than film.
Well, it clearly isn't.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, a lot of people are invested in the TV shows. The films are kind of hit and miss. I guess it works for Adam Sandler kind of thing, but anything outside of that vein or independent films, I could see it working really well. But outside of that, for a bit like, what's it? Crouching Tiger, for example. That was a
came and went.
It came and went. That was a dumb move.
But all of their films come and go. Yeah, you hear about it and then gone.
I mean, like, I think it'd be a better platform for independent filmmakers, and you know what I mean. That's where I think it shines. Really.
Well, here's the thing. Like, sorry to cut you, Josh. Like, Netflix have this thing. I've like the most recent 5 things that I watched on Netflix. 2 of them were a documentary. One was 2 documentaries, a film, and a TV show. Right. Okay, yeah. And I'm like, that's the top 4 things that I've watched on Netflix. And I'm like, the TV show I watched was a TV show I was interested in, but long before I had Netflix. It's not a Netflix exclusive. It's the Dusk Till Dawn TV show. Right. Because I don't live in America and I don't have access to El Rey Network, me watching, the From Dusk Till Dawn TV show, had to find a way. Yeah. Netflix had it. I watched it on Netflix. The documentaries, they do really good documentaries. Like, they've just released one called Icarus, which is about the Russian doping scandal and everything and how widespread it was. Right. That's great. But, like, there's going to be at this particular moment in time, where this weekend you had the World Championships in London after the Olympics, it was after these Olympics where when it was time to go to Brazil, where people were like, you know what? Russia's taking the piss. Russia's doing this. Russia's doing that. So you're telling me you've got... Why not advertise it? Advertise it. Oh, exclusively on Netflix. Icarus, right? Yeah. Put the poster somewhere. Put it on a bus. Okay, yeah, it's Netflix. It's not going in cinemas. It's not going, on terrestrial TV. But just advertise your stuff. People see it and be like, oh, I'm interested in that. Go sign up to Netflix. Then you won't be 20 billion in debt. Yeah, well, this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because I thought that was an unfuckable system. I was clearly wrong in the sense that. But at the same time, sorry. At the same time, I think it's probably a thing of how much money are they spending to get these things. And that's what, because even in the beginning when there's they got these films, but and then I saw this. Collider always do this thing. What's leaving Netflix? So does things leave Netflix? Yeah, it just whenever the contract's up, it's gone. Yeah, and that's why I thought, okay, so if it does that, why am I paying for that? Because the whole point of it is, I guess, to pseudo replace your collection. Yeah. And if you're paying how much a month for that? It's like £10 a month. That must be making a killing of you for paying for the same thing over and over again. In a sense, for them holding it in storage for you. Yeah. And I know Disney's taking this model soon, so all the Disney Blu-rays and DVDs, you're going to start seeing them disappear, and it's going to be behind a paywall. Hey, you want to watch this again? No, I think Disney would never do that. No. No, the reason I believe Disney won't ever do that is because Disney make money from you think, when I was buying Disney, there were videos, and they had the little yellow book, the yellow side, and it was whatever the film was. Then they had the diamond, the platinum edition or the gold edition, and they got the diamond edition. And it's like, each time they revamp the new DVD or the new Blu-ray of whatever it is, people still invest in it. That buy one get one free offer. Yeah. You know what I think? As soon as you got kids. Yeah. And they know it. I think the thing with the Disney one is that is going to happen, and that still will be the case. But I don't think they'll kill their Blu-ray market. But I think, because you got to understand, their Blu-ray market is already rare as it is. Do you know what I mean? If anything, it's going to heighten. Especially with the animated films, you know what I mean. The animated films are it's probably going to go back to the VHS days. You know what I mean? Because at the moment when the Blu-ray's out, it's out. But even then, they only make so many of the Blu-rays. You know what I mean? But I think they're going to bring back that exclusivity back to the Blu-rays, if you know what I mean. Because it's just kind of like, because they know there's some extra in it. Yeah. I'll go with you on this. There's a big push in the post-production industry in 4K now. There's a lot of fake 4K Blu-ray stuff coming my way that I'm working on at this time on it. And around Christmas, you'll just see an explosion of 4K stuff. Yeah. That's the only gap I'll give you on that. I think Disney have very interesting plans of, hey, you want to see this behind this paywall, just like EA have done with all that Star Wars game. And not that this is a gaming podcast, but what EA are doing, man, is despicable. Which Star Wars game? This new one coming out. Battlefront 2. Yeah. So we'll have a conversation about this after. EA, man. EA and Disney, they're hand in hand, man. They're partners. Well, I find it difficult to think with Disney, because it's like, I've had the Jungle Book on video, on DVD, and now I have it on Blu-ray. The original Jungle Book, not that fucked up madness in live action, right? But this Blu-ray, it had special features. One of the special features was the original ending of the Jungle Book, which is totally different than how it just ends with, you know, the girl singing a song and Mowgli getting, you know, the fever and going in. And I think I can't see Disney giving up on things like that.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see as it comes along. But yeah, this whole Netflix thing has changed the tide and where my perception and where I thought things were going. Okay, what's the next topic, which is of kind of a similar topic. Sony Pictures have lost 86 million this fiscal quarter even, meaning that they're going to be even more desperate for stuff. Hey, you got a film? Let's make it. Let's make it a trilogy. Let's do whatever. They're just going to be so desperate to drum things up now. This whole Ghostbusters thing, bringing back Harold Ramis as a CG character, that's fascinating. I don't right now. I just see who's the guy at Sony Pictures,
Tom
Rothman. I just see him scrambling for anything right now.
You know what I think Tom Rothman should do? He should put his 20th Century Fox hat on, and which sounds dangerous, but I'm saying, considering the properties that they have, keep Spider-Man at Marvel, which is what they're doing anyway. But the reason why I say put your 20th Century Fox hat on is because you got to look at a clear view at their IPs. Men in Black, Bad Boys, Jump Street, Ghostbusters, even though, but that's one they're gonna have to disappear for a while before they reintroduce that kind of thing. I feel. I think. What else do they have? They
Jumanji,
have
the Dark Tower, which doesn't seem to be doing that well.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dark Tower was put in from the previous. That was always that got nothing to do with Rothman, but I do think
Smurfs.
Hell, bring it on. Even Smurfs. That sounds real dangerous, but you got to understand, the Smurfs is something that is never going to go away. It's something that's for children. We grew up on it. Another generation of people grew up on it. There's always, it's an IP. They need IPs, and they need to mind them carefully. They got to look at what didn't work with the Smurfs and then come up with a way to make that work. And I think there's ways they can make it work, but do you know what I mean? They've obviously gone whichever way and have it not be successful. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how do you fuck up the Smurfs, man? Seriously, like, it's real dumb. But I mean, like, look at Bad Boys. They've been talking about Bad Boys for so long. It's like, motherfuckers, you got a script by Joe Carnahan, use it. All right, if Michael Bay don't want to do it, I don't know. Get someone that's hungry. There's a billion people out there that want to fucking direct Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Fuck it, give me the job. I'll take Carnahan's script. I'll make it all good. It's like, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of hungry directors, you know what I mean, that grew up on those films that would like to stab at a title shot at a medium level studio movie with two big stars. That's not, just get out the front door. Just go find out when those two are off and can shoot it on weekends even, just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Fucking Men in Black, shit. Look, what is the hold up? Tommy Lee Jones? Write him out. They should have did that from movie one. You know what I mean? Like, well, they did. They just should have had it with whoever the girl was and Will Smith. Done. Change agent every time. You know what? All you need is Will Smith. You don't even need Tommy Lee. You don't have him cameo.
You know what? I would. Who did I get? The guy who's
Josh Brolin.
Josh
Brolin did a really good impression of Tommy Lee.
But that was a Back to the Future kind of thing.
Sure, but I'll just. You know what? I'll just go.
We need to go back and like.
I'll just go with it, man. Just go with it.
You just go with it.
Yeah,
okay.
Just go with him.
But I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, Men in Black is so off the wall and wacky. Yeah, just continue it. You know what I mean? Fair enough. Some people like other future. Let's face it. One was the best one. Okay. Second one. Second,
I can't
third
remember
one.
The second one.
Exactly.
I remember the third one more than I do the second one.
This is the thing with those two films. Like, some people gravitate towards one sequel. Other people gravitate towards the second sequel. The other sequel. I didn't mind them. I didn't mind them. I didn't think they were amazing. That first one was amazing. That first one actually felt like an 80s movie. You know what I mean? To me, it did.
It felt like a 90s movie.
Well, yeah, it felt like something. Well, it was something people grew up on. You know, it's become that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still very relevant. I think Men in Black is a mind they haven't mined enough, to be honest. And I think Will Smith is at that point in his career where he needs something to go back to.
I don't think I don't think Will Smith needs to go back to that.
Yeah.
I think they can recast that whole thing.
Oh yeah, totally, with different agents or what.
I would keep Josh Brolin, but go a different way with it.
Yeah. But I mean,
Agent K's son.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Just keep Josh Brolin and just that other part of the universe is not in the continuity.
The only IP I think that they have, which is interesting, that could go with future stuff, but everyone will be like, no, it's RoboCop.
No, but they tried that.
They did try that, but they went the wrong way with that.
No,
yeah, I think they've kind of shit in that pool, just like Terminator has.
If I can, I'll be honest, right? I think Sony, the reason Sony's in the position they're in now is because Sony didn't do what I'd say the other studios did do, which is they spent the right money on the right properties. As in, obviously Fox got their hands on X-Men, so no matter what happens, no matter whether we like them or not, and we could rip them to shreds on this podcast and any podcast ever, they make money. Fox has that. Fox is lucky because Fox has Star Wars, or had Star Wars, right? So they basically had cash cows that would be sitting there making money continuously.
And right
Fox
now,
now didn't. But you know what? Fox
now Fox have Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but
and
what I'm saying
they're laughing with the apes
what
money.
I'm saying is that Sony. The problem that Sony really has is the same problem that every studio has, but every other studio seems to have one particular property to keep them afloat. And it seems like Fox doesn't have Sony doesn't have that one property. Everybody's making a mistake of they're trying to reprint old money. Right? It's reboot this, reboot that, do this, make a sequel to that, and it's like, okay, we've got new stuff, stuff, make it as fast as you can for as cheap as you can, and so
that's
we can make as much money as possible.
And that's just it. I mean like with Sony, exactly what Neil said just there. Look at Sony. They had the golden egg that was Spider-Man. Spider-Man made bank. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man made bank. And what did they do? They bastardized it with two films. With two films, they bastardized this. The less than amazing Spider-Man made what, like 700 million worldwide, or no, 600 or something like that, and that was less than Spider-Man 3. You know what I mean? Because everyone's like, hang on, wait, he's getting bitten by a spider again. Who's this spider kid? I've actually heard someone say that. They were like, no, they thought there were two Spider-Men, and maybe like different people became Spider-Man or something. They thought it was all connected. I was like, what the hell?
Well, to be honest, it sounds bad, but that person's just an idiot.
No. It's not just one person. It's not just one person.
Everyone who thought that is an idiot.
But you got to understand. But you got to understand. You got to stand from their perspective as Joe Blogg's audience here. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Most reboots happen every 10 years or 7 years. This reboot happened last week. Do you know what I mean? And it just kind of, was it 700 million?
The first one made 262 million.
Domestic or worldwide?
That's worldwide.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That was domestic.
That was domestic. I was like, that's way low.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to that first one. Okay, so the first one made 775 worldwide. Second one made 708. So
708. So it went down.
Yeah.
Check how much Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 made.
Okay. Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man 1 was 700 million, ballpark.
Spider-Man.
Well, here's the thing, right?
But the point I'm trying to make...
820 million worldwide.
Well, there you go. Point I'm trying to make is they screwed the pooch by doing that. You know what I mean?
No, but
to the point where when you got Homecoming, they've diluted the brand. What did Spider-Man 2 make?
It made less. It made $1 million less.
Then what?
Then Spider-Man 1.
Okay.
And
But
then
3,
so it made
3 made more than all of them.
yeah, that is the biggest grossing Spider-Man movie to date. Spider-Man 3.
But
Because of the Venom, of the Venom hype, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's the point. Is it's Spidey-itis is in town with that property, and it didn't have to be that way.
Here's the thing: you got to remember this, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter, and I'm being honest. It doesn't matter how good or bad the films is.
Yeah.
Right. It's these films. What are they good? You know, it's like Spider-Man 3 made more money than any other Spider-Man film for one simple reason: it had the black suit.
Yeah.
And then,
agreed.
you know, it's like the same with every comic book film.
Yeah.
Is they're making a comic book film, you see the trailer, the regular Joe person doesn't know anything to do with comic books, goes to that one person who they work with who is into comic books, because they're every office, every building site, everywhere in the world, there's one person, at least one person in the office who's into this stuff. And they go and it's like, oh, I saw a poster for Spider-Man, but he was in a black suit. What's that about? And then that person, you know, has the verbal orgasm of, oh my gosh, oh, the Venom suit, and they start going, you know, 500 miles a minute on speaking about it, and they're like, oh wow, I'm definitely going to see that. After Spider-Man 2, the fact that you look at it from a comic book fan, from an average fan, Spider-Man 2, arguably one of the best comic book films of all time.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know is Spider-Man 3 is coming, and it's got the black suit. If that film didn't make more money than any other Spider-Man film, there's a problem in the universe.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, like, I mean, in regards to Sony, it's not even just like screwing up on it's not just, oh, Sony's screwing up on their properties, that's why they're losing money. It's Sony's doing what every studio's doing, but they don't have the other properties. They don't have the other properties that are like tentpole properties that continuously generate money. The closest they had was Spider-Man. But
and Bond,
right?
Which they've now the contract's up.
Yeah,
the contract's
so they
up
had Bond.
They had Bond.
Bond's gone.
Bond,
right?
Well, maybe it's still up for grabs.
All right.
The Broccolis are like, we'll have a meeting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But at the end of the day, you look at it and it's like, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's up for grabs. That we'll have a meeting. You got things like that, right?
Yeah.
Sony doesn't have a solid gold. This will make you money. Period. Forever. Tentpole franchise or whatever. So because of course they can lose money over and over again
because they keep screwing the pooch.
Yeah, but the thing is, every single studio, screws the pooch. Majorly at certain points. It's just what they have over. Now, to be honest, it's we got to this point as because no studio really wants to take the time to be like, you know what, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some young, fresh-faced film student like they did in, I think it was the 70s they started doing this. It was like mid to late 70s. They were like, we're gonna go to film schools, we're gonna look at the graduating class, and we're gonna say, look, what would you make if we gave you 10 million, 20 million, 30 million? What would you make? How would you make it? You know, and that's how we wound up with people like Spielberg, Coppola, you know, Lucas. That's how we wound up with people like this, and we wound up with the level of films that they made because of that. Now it's obviously anything, music, film, it's a business, and you need to make money. That's the point of any business, is to make money. But it's the short-sightedness that every studio has, is how can we make this money fast? And it's like, no, look, trying to make something in 6 months ain't worked for you. It hasn't worked for you since 2000. Why are you continuing to do this? And you're like, we need to make money, we need to make money. You know what, I got an idea. I know what we can do. What can we do? I want Spider-Man to dance. And they were like, you know what? And then you got these people who are probably too afraid to be like, you want Spider-Man to dance? Yeah. Okay, excuse me. Don't move for just 1 second while I hit you in the face with this chair. Right? There's no one else in the studio. Everyone's like, I'm the boss. I want Spider-Man to dance. You know, it's like the same crap of Warner Brothers with, I want a giant spider.
Oh, you mean John Peters?
Yeah, I want a giant spider. it's that whole thing of you've got basically people who were once very good at their job but are now getting old and senile, and they're still in charge doing stupid shit, and no one is turning around saying, look, this is what worked 10 years ago. We've always got that Venom movie to look forward to, eh? Do you know what? I'm sorry, but they were like, oh yeah, we've got Tom Hardy as Venom, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit somebody.
I don't know where they're going with that, but we'll discuss that when it comes up again, because it will. Okay, on to the next topic, and this is about Hellboy, the Hellboy reboot even. And so this Hellboy is called Rise of the Blood Queen.
Yep.
And the American Goods actor and John Wick actor star Ian McShane is up for Professor Broom. I'm guessing that was what's his name's character?
William Hurt. John Hurt's character. Yeah.
In the Guillermo del Toro version. Ian McShane, I'll watch him in anything, so I'm sold.
Yeah, Lovejoy's in it. I'm sold too. I'm like,
see, not a lot of Americans know about Lovejoy.
Fair enough, but
that's awesome. That's so meta.
But like, yeah, Lovejoy's in it. I can't wait. I mean, like, I've forgotten the Hellboy creator, Joe something. I can't remember.
His name begins with M.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway. He's written the script. He's behind it. I'm looking forward to it. I was disappointed about Del Toro and co.
Mike Mignola.
There we go, Mike Mignola. Where did I get Joe? You know what? Who I was thinking of? I was thinking Joe Medora. Who remembers Battle Chasers? Joe Medora. There you go, comic book fans. Battle Chasers. Check that shit out. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I'm disappointed that Del Toro never got a stab at Hellboy 3 with the great Ron Perlman. But you know what? It's been over 10 years since the Golden Army. I'm down with this reboot if it's by the original creator, which it is. I think Stranger Things, David Harbour is a fantastic choice. We got Lovejoy as the Professor. I'm game. I want to see this. Make it happen. Yay. Go Hellboy. I know Neil feels a bit conflicted by this, but go for it, Neil.
I'm conflicted because I'm like, I find it difficult to imagine anybody other than Ron Perlman playing Hellboy. I have the 2 animated films.
And
they're voiced by Ron Perlman, so it's even more like.
Was voiced by that cast, the whole cast
of
those movies. They came back.
So,
even
Fraser's brother, right?
Huh?
The guy who plays the. I can't remember the character's name.
Oh, Abe Sapien.
Okay,
Abe Sapien.
It was Fraser's brother. I always call him Fraser's brother because that's the only thing I know him as.
Niles Crane.
Niles Crane. There we
who
go.
Voiced that guy. And what's the name of the chick?
Summer Blair.
That's it, Blair. I knew it was something Blair. But yeah, they all came back for the animated stuff. Because I remember bringing it off for you and I was like, wow, they brought them all.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I wish they did like a whole series.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, it's really good.
Again, like you say, like David Harbour's a great actor, and I've never. Put it this way: after The Dark Knight, and then remember hearing about what people felt about Michael Keaton being cast as Batman, I never judge a cast until I see them as the cast. I can never be like, oh, you're gonna be crap because you were in this, everybody was like, oh, what, you got the guy from Brokeback Mountain to be the Joker, is it gonna be Brokeback Gotham, is it gonna be 10 Things I Hate About Batman, oh no, people were going mad about it, and then it turned into one of the most iconic performances in film history, not just comic book history or comic book film history. So I can just wait until I see him. Everything I've seen him in, he's been good, but there's nothing that I've seen that has made me think, you do Hellboy. There's nothing that I've seen that would make me believe he could be Hellboy. I think there's nothing about him that makes me think you can't, but it's more, well, what do I think you can do? So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Professor Bloom, he always looks like John Hurt in it, so I'm always going to be like, well, John Hurt's the guy. But as you said earlier, you put Ian McShane in anything, I'll watch it.
That's that guy's unfuckable as far as I'm concerned. Even John Wick, the small parts he has.
Small scenes, right? He made you like John Wick. You watch the film John Wick, and you see how Keanu does all the action and everything, and you're like, yeah, I wouldn't mess with him. You see Ian McShane, and it's just like, bruh, if you had a daughter, I wouldn't date her, bro.
Yep.
I wouldn't do that. Why? Because I like living. Right? I don't want to tell her. To be like, yeah, we can't go to the cinema tonight, and then she tells you, and next thing I wake up without a foot. Like, no.
And he's so casual. Excommunicado. Okay,
it's like even
to the other woman, she got shot in 4 directions.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what's his name? Was he in 44-inch Chess with Ray Winston?
I've not even seen that.
He's still a bad man in that, and he's just like the way every time you see him, he just looks like I'm that guy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've seen American Gods, but in that show, he plays. You're wondering who he is, by the end of the show, you're whoa.
No, because the thing is, I haven't watched the show, but I have read the book, and I know who he's playing.
You don't want to screw with this guy.
And knowing who he was playing, I'm not going to say who he's playing, because it's still fresh and people are watching it, but when they cast American Gods, it was after I'd read the book. Mm-hmm. So when they said, oh, this is who he's playing, I was like, yes! Mm-hmm. Get it in! Yeah. Do it! It's nice.
Yeah, just for the... There's some things that I'm not going to spend too long on this show, but there's some things that happen in that show. It really does play with your mind, but by the time it gets to the end of this season, you're like, wow, you don't want to screw with this guy. That's, and I don't even think the main character is even fully aware of the extent of what's going on.
Well, that's how well it goes.
Considering what Guillermo del Toro did with this, and I even just said at the bottom here that it was originally connected to Guillermo's films. So and from where they're going with it now, I guess it's just going to be a complete reboot. But I really what Guillermo did with some of the characters in that second film, I really liked.
I mean, he made, let's face it, he made basically fairies cool.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. You're talking about
Zook Goss.
Yes,
Prince Nawadu.
Yeah, and just the way he was fighting, and
I'm like,
holy cow.
Moment at the beginning when you're watching it and you see him on his own in the sewer with the spear, cutting drops of water into pieces. I'm like, where? Well, that's whoever faces him ain't gonna make it.
Yeah,
I might as well go to sleep for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I hope they bring some across some of the things. I guess that won't happen, but either way, I guess that's that. On to the next story, and that's Star Wars Episode 9 related. What? Okay, so it's been rewritten. Star Wars Episode 9 is being rewritten, and I'm guessing this is due to the Book of Henry debacle, or just that he just needed a fresh rewrite.
I'm sorry, the what?
Oh, so Henry... what's the director's name of Episode 9?
Colin Trevorrow, who directed Jurassic World, his new movie... Yeah, he's directing Episode 9. His new movie, The Book of Henry, came out, and it bombed and had really bad critic reviews and stuff. I don't think it's because of that. I think maybe it's because they're still working out the bugs over Carrie Fisher. I think it's a good thing. They're still quite some time away before they even begin shooting. If anything, they've had plenty of time to get to a basis of what the story could be anyway. So it's fine. A fresh someone comes in with fresh eyes, no problem with that.
Well, Trevorrow's got the 4th highest grossing film under his belt.
Yeah, so, exactly. I think a lot of the Colin Trevorrow worries is very premature. He's got a good relationship with Catherine Kennedy and Frank Marshall. Due to Jurassic World. So I don't see how having one flop off an indie.
That's the thing. It didn't cost that much, and I'm sure it made its money back.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think again, sorry to cut you guys. I think again, it's the knee-jerk reactions that film studios have. It's okay. We've got you planned to do this, and you're going to do this, and everything's going to be great, and you're going to do this, and then something happens, and it's like, oh, here's a little blip. Oh no, we can't do that. We've got to change everything. I think a lot of the time, maybe not with this particular one, but I think a lot of the times that's what happens. It's like, oh, everything was smooth with Ben Affleck until Live by Night came out, right? And then they were like, oh, this film flopped. If you can't do this film, then how are you gonna do Batman? And I'm like, again, why is there needs to be someone who's literally hired to just sit in every single solitary film meeting with every exec, and at the moment where they're just like, we don't know if we can do this because of this one mistake, have that person just be like, hold up, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Argo. And then just lean back and be like, please continue. I'm not even here. And then they're like, I don't know, because it's like, we got really big plans for this thing, and they'll be like, I'm just saying, best Batman. Everybody loves Batman in a shit film, right? Just have that, like, forget these knee-jerk reactions. Maybe for Star Wars it's different, because I generally believe it's probably because of more Carrie Fisher than any, like, the Book of Henry or anything. Now that you said it and you've told me, I remember what the film is, but I generally think it's more to do with Carrie Fisher than anything else, because I'm sure that they had plans, and I'm sure they were rewriting it as soon as it happened, as is. And plus, like, I just think it's just more of that, really, because you got to understand, they already had a script and an idea of how it should end. They're just reinforcing that and having probably a fresh take with this new guy. I know he's done a lot of TV shows and stuff, so this is like a big gig for him, considering this is like his first major motion picture, which, you know what I mean? I think they probably cast it, he got the gig maybe because he's a good fan, maybe a bit of a fanboy as well. I think a fresh pair of eyes as well is really what's needed. And, good luck to him and how they finish the trilogy for when they come and do it. That's really all I've got to say about that, really. I mean, it's not like it's halfway through Han Solo and shit went down. Completely different situation. You know what I mean? What's his name? Aldrich, the actor. Aaron Aldrich. Bruv, still your fan, man. You still the guy. When you think something going wrong on Star Wars, snitch. Something going wrong on Star Wars, you snitch. You tell the world. Hey, these guys don't know what the fuck. They ain't doing it right, bruv. I'm serious. But yeah, I like Trevorrow just as a person. If you've heard him in an interview, he's just a humble guy. If there's one thing, the difference between him and, he's got very Spielberg attitude to him, in the sense that he approaches something in a very similar manner to him. But I would like to see his version. I like to see where he goes with episode 9, even if it's it has to be rewritten. But yeah, I've got absolute faith in his directing ability. Okay, on to the next story. I'm going to let you guys talk about this because I have little to almost zero interest in this. It's about Shazam. Director says it's going to be a more light-hearted romp for the DCEU. Go ahead. I hope it is. I mean, like, you know what? I think with the name like Shazam, it has to be. Well, I think Shazam. It's a little boy. That's not the first name he had. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Originally Shazam was called Captain Marvel, but because Marvel comics, and there's a character in Marvel called Captain Marvel. They ain't got the rights to that name, so they call him Shazam. To be honest, Shazam, I'm pretty sure Shaz was probably gonna say this, but Shazam has to be light-hearted. Again, like with Fantastic Four. I know we're talking about a DC thing, but with Fantastic Four, for me, it needs to be lighthearted because it's a family-orientated team of superheroes. Yeah. So I need the family nucleus. Anyone who's got a family, yes, there are serious times, but a lot of times there are comedic times when you've got the different dynamics of age and the way people behave and things. Shazam, it's about a child. When the child who gets bestowed with this power, they yell Shazam and they become physically a man. But they are still mentally a child. They're still in that, that youth. They're in that like early adolescent, early teen stage of their life. So I can't. It's the kind of thing of you're going to expect whoever gets cast as Shazam. I mean, I know there's big rumors that it's still going to be John Cena from wrestling. But it's the thing of whoever gets cast as Shazam needs to be pretty good with comedy, because they're going to need to be able to say things in a man's voice and tone that are children orientated.
I mean, like, you know what? I said this before on the podcast. Like, my dream version of Shazam, do it like an old Spielberg 80s movie, man. Have that mystique with the little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have it like E.T. and shit.
Yeah.
And then when he gets the power, then we have the fantastical aspects of it, which would mould well with that aspect. If I had a movie that had a Super 8 Goonies, Stranger Thing vibe, it could be like the under the radar next best thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be really, really good. It has potential. The character has potential. The story has potential. You know what? I didn't know fuck all about Shazam until about like 4 years ago. It might have even been 3 years ago. I watched the animated version.
Yeah.
You know the one where it shows the origin on Netflix and then Superman rocks up and they have a fight. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest like thing ever. It was so good. And you know what? If Henry Cavill shows up as Superman and they have a fight and they do it just like that animated thing, oh my god, I'll be like, finally, Henry Cavill's in the best Superman thing ever, like literally, because like, he hasn't been in that just yet. But I just think Shazam has such a unique, different take of the superhero genre and has potential to be that compared to anything else that we've seen before, because he's a little boy. If they cast like one of them Stranger Thing kids, I'm down, because like, just get any one of those boys, you know what I mean, as Billy Baston, I'm in, you know what I mean, hands down. And say if he turns up, if they get if it's John Cena, cool, because it would work, because who else can they get to throw down with The Rock? You know what I mean?
Except and when he's lost every WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, but like that's why he has to win by fluke. That's why. See me. No. But that's why he has to win by fluke, because Billy Baston, like Peter Parker, he learns. He learns. He gets whooped. Have Black Adam beat the shit out of him and go, "You can't see me." Everyone would erupt. That would be the best throwdown ever. And then at the end, you know what I mean, have him win by fluke. You know what I mean? Have him win by fluke, and that's what makes. Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes. You know what? I want to see the film now. But now that you said John Cena as Shazam, because now it's just like him versus The Rock on the big screen. Where
they can fly.
A
production value where they can throw lightning at
each other. Wrestling moves.
It makes it work. And you know what?
What's the wrestling move where he grabs him by the legs and plummets him?
Power driver.
Power driver from the sky, bro.
You know what? It sounds crazy.
Yeah,
I know how crazy
we've just written this movie.
I love it.
Yeah,
the idea.
Done.
The Rock in wrestling was called the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. He's playing a guy who literally gets struck by lightning when he says Shazam. Let's get it.
Done.
John Cena in there, and you know what? Having that wrestling actually exists in this world, so you can have it that Billy Baston's a fan of wrestling. Have him say, "You can't see me, John Cena," right? While he is as Shazam as John Cena. You know what?
Wow.
Done.
It would be nuts, but it would be so epic.
The crowd would erupt. I'm erupting right now. I'm fanboying. No, seriously, I want to see that film. I want to see that film. Sounds awesome. Have we convinced you that Shazam would be cool?
Not really, but I want to see your version of it. Because I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they're not. They're not.
So
I'm expecting them not to, but like if they did, that'd be awesome.
But I'm when I see a trailer, I think a lot of people are in my mind, because I don't know anything about Shazam. Only from what I know from other people, and I think what will settle it is when, because if it's Green Lantern bad. In a sense, in a sense of what the trailer, when I saw the trailer of Green Lantern, I thought, wow, no, I'm not doing this. Can't do it. So yeah, I'm at that point with this, but yeah, I'm fascinated to see your version of Shazam.
What lovely.
Yeah, we should just make it anyway, man.
I'm going to segue straight into another piece of interesting news. Akiva Goldsman, on the Transformers writer, is no longer developing Transformers for the movies. And right now, I couldn't care less about
I couldn't care less. I said this guy was a disaster from day one. This
franchise has been ruined for me.
I know you didn't even bother watching this film yet, but like, you know what's really funny about this film?
Oh, you saw it in there?
Yeah, I saw it in there. I saw it the next day. What I saw...
You clearly didn't listen to it.
Well, no, of course not, but I had to. By hook and by crook, I was going to get...
You'll get AIDS from watching this. Don't watch it.
I feel like I did. Because I went and watched it.
I'm going to wear it.
I watched it with Ken and Richard, and wow, I was gobsmacked by how terrible that movie was. It was unbelievable. And then you know what? The first name, when it said written by, at the end, his name just came up. It was like, I fucked you guys again. I got you guys to watch Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. I thought I'd take a rest for a few decades and come back to fuck you even more.
Back strong.
He came back strong, bro. Came back strong. Because I know Michael Bay didn't think up the fucking Unicron thing. Okay, that had to have come from somewhere.
That's the stupidest idea.
It was so.
That would have been such an epic thing even if the cliche thing, Unicron's coming towards Earth, that would be more interesting than Unicron is Earth. Who the fuck?
He could transform at any time, killing everyone on the planet.
Is that what it said?
No.
Oh my god!
I'm speculating for sequels, man. Seriously, look. He was the one worrying guy on when I looked at that writer's room. Mm-hmm. Good, he's gone. All right, let's reboot the ship with Stephen DeKnight and whoever's left. Because, I don't know. Bumblebee, I'm going to give a chance because it's not Michael Bay.
No chance.
No, we're all done. We're all done with Transformers.
Yeah, no chance in hell.
The last time I did a podcast was did I watch it like a couple days?
Yeah, I think you did. That was your last.
It was the week it came out, so it was the day it came out.
So you've seen it already.
So I saw it. Yeah. Came here and did a podcast, and I'm pretty sure if we go back far enough, we ain't gonna find that many films that I absolutely am like no, just no. Never, no, nada, 9, I think, not again. And that is,
it's like he's the franchise killer.
Yeah, to go in,
he just went in one movie. I gave Ethan Kruger a lot of stick for Fallen, Dark Side of the Moon, even the last one, which you didn't like. I gave that guy a lot of stick. This guy did one movie. And I was like this. The whole film. My face was like, what the fuck? My eyeballs couldn't handle it. I was like, shit. Wow. Just wow. All I'm going to say is, Joe, fuck it, spoilers. Mark Wahlberg has a sword fight with Megatron.
Cool. That's the highs and lows that we're going
through. Is it Megatron or Optimus that he fights with? It's Optimus.
Was it Optimus?
It's Optimus.
It doesn't matter.
No, all I know is Mark is this big.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime is like that big. What the fuck? Just what? what the fuck?
It is
like, oh man, it's
Yes.
Move on. Let's move along.
Okay, going on to something. This is kind of a bad news affair day. The Dark Universe. That thing that Mummy was supposed to start off. Looks like that Alex Kurtzman sounds like he's not interested in it anymore, or he doesn't think it's gonna be the thing that Universal want it to be. And that's, I will say this right now, I don't think they should have had Tom Cruise in that Mummy film. They should have connected it to the last Mummy film, which they kind of did.
Did you watch this one?
Yeah. Okay. It was fine, but it was not better than the
Brendan
Mummy.
Fraser.
Yeah, it was not better than that Mummy film.
You know,
I think they should have not went to London and kept it in Egypt.
No, I've got no problem with it being in London or anywhere. If they went to more locations, I think that would have been more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was in Egypt for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was in London for the rest of the film, which I found very jarring.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, to me personally, I think that what they're trying to do is, you got to remember, these original films all took place in Europe. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So to me, I think what they're trying to do is make London the nucleus of this thing.
It's
because it was like, you look at Dracula, alright, it happened in Romania, and whether they were saying, oh, it's not connected, like, fuck you, I ain't stupid, I know. And it finishes, the film literally finishes, it ends in London.
Yeah.
Then we've got The Mummy. The Mummy happens in London. You know, all the things of, Dracula happens in London because it starts in Transylvania and then he moves to London. That's the story, is how it happens in the story, right? Wolfman happens in London. Or not in London, but in England.
Yeah.
Right? All of these things take place in the United Kingdom or in the surrounding area of Europe. So what they were doing, but I mean, look, to be honest, if I'm honest, right, look, this is my begging and pleading, Universal, come see me, right? I got your Monster Universe done. I got it. Come see me. I will hook you up, right? I will hook you up. You ain't even got to pay me them big budgets that you got to pay all the rest of them directors. We can work it out. But, like, jokes aside, no, it's the problem that all of these franchises have is they are trying to make these interconnected universes. Let it happen organically. It works with Marvel because Marvel
they let it happen organically.
The problem everybody forgets is this: Marvel, there was no MCU until Iron Man 2, right? It was just little nods that they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna throw these little nods in here and we're gonna enjoy these little side jokes and that's what it was. Because the end of Iron Man, where it's just like, oh, you know,
Hammer, was it?
No, the end of Iron Man 1 was Nick Fury.
Nick Fury,
right?
Was that Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2 was the hammer. Yeah. So Iron Man, the end of it was, there was an end credit scene and it was Nick Fury. That was not the beginning of some shared universe that we have now. That was an Easter egg for people who were big comic book fans. It was a nod, it was a handshake, a high five to comic book fans, because Nick Fury at the time, the Ultimate Universe, Nick Fury, well, in the Ultimate Universe, they drew Nick Fury to look like Sam Jackson. There are scenes in the comic book where they say, who would play you in a film? And Nick Fury says, Samuel L. Jackson. These things are connected solely for that, and it was a little throwaway Easter egg. They didn't sit down and say, right, we need to go and make an Avengers movie. And in order to do that, we've got 4 years. We've got 4 years to make an Avengers movie, and we need your help to get it done. No, they didn't do that. That's not what happened. It just so happens that they made Iron Man, and around the time that they were making Iron Man, they had the Incredible Hulk coming, and they were like, you know what? This is Marvel. Marvel do like interconnected comic book stuff. You know what? Why don't we just toss this little thing in, right? That's why you have mentions of Captain America, because there was no possible hope of a Captain America film when The Incredible Hulk was made. But by the time we get to it...
that's not entirely true, because Kevin Feige... You got to understand, that was his plan from day one.
No, see, I'm going to be straightforward, right?
Yeah. Hulk was coming regardless.
No, but my thing is this, I'll be straightforward, right? What you have as a plan and what you can actually do are two big, solid gold separate facts. And it's like, I want to put it together, I want to put them together. No, bruv. No. Right? I have absolute faith in everything Kevin Feige does, but there's a lot of times when producers and people at the top talk shit. And they talk shit because A, they can't say what they really want to say, or B, by alluding to something that you might want, they get to gauge your reaction and see whether they want to, say, you know what, that reaction for this, let's do this.
So we're a barometer in the sense that they'll put stuff out and
right? So, but I'm saying, right, don't try and make a shared universe. Make a film. Focus on that one sole film. If that film works perfectly great and it's amazing, make another one. Or in fact, don't make another one. Make a completely separate film. And say, if this film works, how can we get these two films together? Because the original shared universe was Universal. It was the monster movies. And guess what? When they made Dracula, they weren't thinking, a couple years down the line, we need to have a film where Dracula and the Wolfman and Frankenstein all rock up together. No, they made Frankenstein and it was good. It was Frankenstein on its own. There's a book of Frankenstein. There's a book of Dracula. They have no mention towards each other. They were somewhat interconnected in their inception as characters because of obviously what happened with Mary Shelley and Lord Byron and how we got to Dracula. But they weren't interconnected. Don't try and interconnect stuff that wasn't interconnected to begin with. Make your film. If your film works, go to the next step. Trying to be like, we're going to make 10 films and these 10 films are going to all be interconnected. Bruv, what happens if film 6 is a flop? Are you going to keep going? Well, you lost X amount of money. Are you still going to keep going? Nah, they need to just chill out, focus on one film.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's,
in terms of Alex Kurtzman, even as soon as Tom Cruise's name was mentioned, I thought I was interested, but I thought this could go either way. And it kind of did, because he kind of that type of film, it just isn't a Tom Cruise. It's not a Tom Cruise film. Every time I saw Tom Cruise on screen, that's Tom Cruise.
Distracted away. That's
Tom Cruise. It's not even Ethan Hunt. It's Tom Cruise. It's not. I mean, even as other characters, he's usually the same kind of archetypal character. This character, I don't know what that was, but it didn't sit well with me. And I don't know, what's the next film they're doing in this? Is it the Wolfman? Invisible Man. I'm interested in seeing that to a degree, but I guess I'll judge it once that second part of this whole universe thing comes out.
They don't need to do an Invisible Man. They should just get Kevin Bacon.
Well, here's the thing. Don't forget. Look at who they've got cast as these roles. They got Johnny Depp cast as the Invisible Man. Javier Bardem is the
Wolfman.
No, Frankenstein's monster. Okay. I think from what I heard a rumor that Channing Tatum was playing Van Helsing.
I think that's supposed to be the way that was going.
Yeah. Now it's like, I'm not saying I have issues with these casting choices. I mean, Javier Bardem, seeing him in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I'm like, with the right makeup, yeah, bro, you could definitely be Frankenstein's monster. Right? And the fact of the way he is as an actor, he has a certain level of presence to him that the Frankenstein's monster will have.
Really kind of like his character in what was that film he was in, the Coen Brothers film?
No Country for Old Men.
I mean, almost because he has a monster's vibe, but it's almost Terminator-ish. But he's got that. He doesn't say much at all. And then when he does say something, it's potent. and so you got that vibe with this character. If they're going on that route of thing.
But that's it again.
Yeah,
that one problem, innit?
Okay, so we move on to Johnny English 3, which I never really wanted to be a thing, but just the fact that the news today that the article that I read, Johnny English is a thing, Johnny English 3 is a thing, and it's already started filming. I thought, whoa, okay, someone really has put...
This is why film companies are losing money.
I guess, well, maybe it clearly has an audience, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I saw the first one and was amused by it, but
I've never seen any Johnny English film.
The first one was okay.
Do you remember the Barclay card adverts with him in it? So that's that character.
Yeah.
And in those small spurts of the adverts, it was Rowan Atkinson being Rowan Atkinson as that kind of character, and it worked for that. As a long form film, the first one was good enough. Second one is alright. They're just okay. They're not.
I want to see Rowan Atkinson and nothing but Black Adam.
Yes.
I want to see nothing but that. I'm sure he's a brilliant actor in anything he does.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mr. Bean and things.
Yeah, there's other things he's done. Yeah.
I'm like, nah. I want to see Black Adder. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, so many people want to see that. So many people want to see that. And there was talk of it happening before, but I don't know what's happened to that now. But I would love to see him back as Black. Just that's him. That sharp wit, the schemes. It was almost comic booky in a sense. Yeah, today we're going to do this.
He was like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, yes, very much so. Yeah, and I love that about it. To this day, that it's one of those British shows that have transcended through time. The Blackadder is up there, completely up there. But for Johnny English 3, okay, that's. I'm gonna give it the benefit of that. This one could be comedy gold. It could be, but I very much doubt it. But I'm always on the cusp of thing. If Rowan Atkinson's in it, I kind of like Rowan Atkinson. I like to see him transcend into someone that can break out of the Mr. Bean thing for just I don't know how long, just for a short while, whatever. Just. If as long as it's not Mr.
You should have done Death Wish.
Oh my god!
how messed up would a Death Wish been?
Oh my god,
that's been Rowan Atkinson.
I'm not sure I'll be able to take it as seriously, but that's a fascinating idea that you got there. But, again, there's not much to say in Johnny English things. I'm going to move on now, but I'm
going to say this. I saw Johnny English 2 recently. Wow,
fun.
That film had some of the worst fight choreography I had ever seen in my life.
It's supposed to.
Mate, it was quite literally like there were 3 guys around him. He went beat up one guy, beat up another guy, and beat up another guy. But it's so bad, it was like
it's 1980s type fighting, which is it's supposed to is spoofing.
Oh
all
my
of that
god,
stuff,
it was so terrible.
But that's what I loved about it. Is he's clearly not.
You know, I think the problem is it looks because I've never seen them, so I couldn't bring in what I'm saying. But I feel like so Austin Powers spoofed the 60s James Bond, and it seems like Johnny English probably tried to spoof the 1990s James Bond.
Yeah,
I think more the 80s
or the 80s
/ 90s. The Timothy Dalton era. Yeah, kind
of late 80s Bond, early 90s Bond.
Yeah,
that's who Johnny English spoofs. But it's just like.
I know. I've got the same feeling as well. The moment he announces Blackadder, do anything you want. As long as you give me Blackadder, I'm good.
No.
So,
maybe they should just bring back a Black. You know what they should do, right? You know how they're doing like, this Netflix exclusive. Give me a 6-episode run of Blackadder on Netflix. Give it the budget, give it the time, give it the effort, and just do it. There you go. That would be it. That was sold. That'd be good.
Again, I'd love to see Blackadder, and from the idea that they had about the last one, it would be set in the 90s in the palace,
Buckingham.
Buckingham Palace. So with the Windsors.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. That's such a brilliant idea. So I hope that they get around to doing that. But yeah, on to the next story, and this is composer news. The next two stories are composer related. John Powell, he is set to score the Han Solo film, and if you don't know who John Powell is, he did the Bourne films and he did the How to Train Your Dragon films, and so as far as I'm concerned, John Powell he's got theme down, especially with Bourne. You don't notice it at first, but if you watch all of the Bourne films together, you start to notice the that's it. The fact that you're able to hear it and I'm able to hum it without even thinking about it.
Yeah,
he's got it. So for me, he's up there with James Newton Howard. Who's the one who did Rogue One? Oh, jeez. Michael Giacchino. I guess Hans Zimmer and oh my gosh, John Williams. So if from the scope of the orchestra that he uses for most of his films, it's on the same level that John Williams does. So, and he clearly understands theme. So, yeah, I'm got my hats off for that one. Yeah, I hope he does I'm sure he'll do a good job with it, just because of the stuff that he's worked on. So yeah, I've got no problem with this at all. Anybody else got a problem with it?
Nah. It sounds bad, but I ain't really got much to say in regards to composers, because obviously I'm a fan of music.
Yeah,
but I'm a fan of music as in, like, I like songs. Obviously, right. Certain things like, you know, the Jurassic Park theme, the Back to the Future theme, Star Wars theme. You know, there are themes that, you know, even like say Superman theme. You know, there are themes that resonate with me because of what they represent. Yeah. But I generally, as bad as it sounds, I'm not even knocking people who do that for a living, but I generally don't care about themes. I'm like, you know, your job is to make the theme music, and it's you. As long as you do your job well, then we're cool. We ain't got no problems, right? You know, it's like, I don't want to be seeing a flipping, you know, like a really, 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 like, you know, dramatic scene, and then, like, while I'm watching this dramatic scene, I can hear the fucking show tunes from, like, The Simpsons in the background. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem. But as long as you do your job properly, then fine, great, cool, done. That's as far as that goes.
Sad.
I was hoping Michael Giacchino would come back, to be quite honest.
No, I think it's good to give people with the same perspective as Williams a chance to do something like this. So there's always you have a bunch of people that have done Star Wars now, composers that have done Star Wars now, that can, if John Williams, whenever John Williams decides to give up the crown, they can just Giacchino knows how to do it, and now John Powell knows how to do it. Yeah, go for it, man. And they can, the more people, the more composers that they get to familiar with John Williams, the way John Williams set it up. Yeah, I think the better it is, because Giacchino, I mean, just from Rogue One, just coming onto that when he did wasn't fair to him. Yeah, that wasn't, because he only had 3 weeks to do the whole thing.
But
even then, that's still short.
That's too short, man. It was like a last minute decision, and the worst thing about it was we know he could have done better. Yeah, that's the worst thing. That's why I was hoping he'd take another stab, but
I'm sure he'll get another chance.
Oh definitely.
I think he's the choice for when John Williams just stepped down.
Yeah, that's right, and I agree with that choice. Yeah, very strongly too. But yeah, we'll have to see.
I mean, he did, as far as I'm concerned, he did that last Jurassic Park film. He did a fantastic. All the themes sounded exactly like Williams. Yeah, no problem. So if anyone sounds like Williams, it's clearly Giacchino. But John Powell, good luck to you, mate. I'm sure you do a good job, and you've got more time to work on it as well. So on to the next related topic, and that's Hans Zimmer is now working on Blade Runner. I always thought that was the Metal Gear dude. The Howard Williams. I can't remember. Glenn. I can't remember his name. But I thought it was the Metal Gear guy, and that was going to be doing that. But I was clearly wrong about that. It looks like it's Zimmer. I think this is more Zimmer's ballpark as opposed to superhero movies. Yeah.
I just don't know why they didn't get. Was it the Vangelis?
Oh, the original.
Yeah,
composer.
He's still knocking around, man.
Well, it's like with Terminator. Why didn't they get the composer for the other Terminator films?
What, Brad Friedel? Was it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
No, I know who you're on. Yeah.
I mean, his music. Just watching Terminator 2 than watching the other films, it's night and day.
Yeah.
In terms of there's more impact in that soundtrack than the subsequent films that follow. They sound like a normal film soundtrack, and this is what I mean about the way themes are done. If something works, I'll try and emulate if there's a new composer, I'll try and emulate what made all those themes great from that film and try to put my own spin on it, but make sure that those themes are intact.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I'm kind of like meh with Hans Zimmer, because he's not been that guy. I agree with you. He's not been that guy. He's kind of like, I'm here to do my own thing. You know what I mean?
Fiedler is the guy for Terminator. I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
I think this is more of his ballpark though, as opposed to because he's out of the superhero genre now. Because I hated what he did with Amazing Spider-Man 2. That I don't know what that was.
I didn't mind what he did with that.
It.
Really,
I fucking hated it.
Okay.
I
like the Spider-Man.
I'll jump off of my building head first into the pavement. And hated it. It's terrible.
I mean, like, there's a lot I hate about that film, but I didn't think the soundtrack was that bad.
It was terrible. It
Fair
was
enough.
Piss poor. It was. Oh, it was god awful.
Yeah.
I can't say anything more than that. His standards dropped. It's.
Damn.
What he did with James Newton Howard, and I'll always put his name into this because everyone always forgets that James Newton Howard was responsible for the Dark Knight series. A lot of that was tangible. The way that the music is set, it's not even really music. It's more of a sound. It's like because that's not. I mean. I get it. It sounds like bat wings flapping and whatever, but that whole spectrum of that soundtrack, of the two soundtracks that James Newton Howard was responsible for, gave it some flavour. And the last one, it was just Hans Zimmer, and he did a good job with that, I will admit. But with this film, I think this might be more in his ballpark because he likes experimenting with synthesizers. So we'll see what he can do with it. I don't know. Maybe it could be a Amazing Spider-Man 2 debacle, but I very much doubt it. So again, I know what your view on soundtrack, so I won't go too deep into that. But Sach,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, well, that's the end of the news, guys, and we jump to the films opening this week, and there's 3 films on offer that we've got. I'm looking forward to an Atomic Blonde, purely because of the director and the universe. A Ghost Story looks intriguing, and Annabelle Creation. I haven't seen the first Annabelle, but I know what it's connected to. It's the Conjuring series it's connected to. I want to see the other one that they're doing, the Nun, because if there's anything that scares me more than clowns, it's nuns that have no eyes and are ominous in pictures in the background. Have you seen The Conjuring 2?
Of course.
Yeah. Did you? What do you make of? I mean,
she got me, but I was just like, oh, okay, you got me because you're scary in this. But I was like, nuns didn't do nothing to me. It was just like,
I mean, nuns didn't do anything to me either up until now.
Yeah.
So to break the ice with me in that fashion is like, whoa, nuns are scary, man.
No, because you know what? I think because I saw Nuns on the Run with like
right.
So like, no matter what happens with nuns, I'm just like, yeah.
Nuns on the Run. Nuns on the Run. Cool. But yeah, any of these films tickle your fancy?
I think for me it's Atomic Blonde, man.
Yeah. I'm
absolutely
Atomic Blonde.
I'm like, right now, Charlize Theron, man, I drink up all for her. She's great. She's great right now. Like, yo, she's always been great. Most films you see her in, she's great, even if the film was bad.
Yeah.
But right now, she's just like, I'm making good films, and I'm doing it well, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying watching her do it.
Yeah, she. I mean, when I first saw that trailer, I thought, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw, it's the Matrix dudes, the John Wick dudes dude that I can't remember the director's name. It's one of the two anyway.
The one who didn't do the sequel.
Yeah, and I guess because he went off to do this. As far as I'm concerned, those guys are the new Wachowskis. In a sense of bringing
what they can do with action.
Yes. Yeah. And because they upped the game. When I first saw John Wick, what?
Yeah. Who didn't see it?
Yeah. But the thing is, no one saw that film coming. It's like, yeah, John Wick, Keanu Reeves, isn't it?
See, going back to what I said about when we were talking about Sony flopping and all the money they're losing and film studios falling into that, nobody saw John Wick coming because it was given time. It was given patience. Give films time and patience, and you get things like John Wick and probably Atomic Blonde. Give it time.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. And it's that's the thing with Hollywood. Once they see something that works,
they immediately snatch on, which is why we got John Wick, and John Wick works because it was great, and then there's John Wick 2, which is fine, but then we've got Atomic Blonde, and we've got the film Ballerina, which is now connected to John Wick's universe, and then there's the TV show The Continental, which is going to be connected to, and I'm just like, nah, just chill out.
Yeah. I would rather have them got through John Wick's arc first, before they even thought about exploring that. If that Continental is just about the Continental and the Continental alone, maybe.
But the problem with it is the Continental is basically just the hotel that they stay in. Yeah. They're not allowed to fight in there. They're not allowed to do nothing in there. So it's just a hotel that they stay in. And, it says, go to the tailor and get your clothes, and go to the wine guy who gives you your guns and all of that. Great. But I'm like,
I think that you could have a lot of fun with that, though.
You could
have a lot of different characters that are all assassins that go into this hotel. There's a lot of drama in there for a series, because they could have people with grudges and stuff, and we've seen what happens. We had a glimmer of that in number 2. You know what I mean? Because it's this safe haven, I think that's what makes it even more interesting. I'm really interested in seeing this series, especially that Keanu has even said that he will appear in it as a cameo.
But I'm just like, I think for me it's probably just a thing of we've all seen it. We've seen what oversaturation can do. And it's, if you think of the space between John Wick and where we sit now, like from John Wick coming out as a film to where we sit right now at this moment, where we've got John Wick 2, we've got Ballerina, we're gonna get
chapter 3,
chapter 3, Atomic Blonde, The Continental, where we've gone in the space of 3 years, basically. Where we've gone in the space of 3 years, I'm like, you're oversaturating, you're bleeding it dry. You're not Marvel, where you've got 50 flipping characters, or that you can just say like, all right, so there's gonna be this film, and this film isn't going to be connected to anything else we're doing other than it's got our logo on it, but then in like 3 years we're going to be like, oh, but this happens, and this is connected to this, and this is connected to that, and boom, now we have it all connected. It's like you're feeding off everything right now. It's sort of like that game Hungry Hippos. John Wick was just a bunch of balls, and you dropped it, and everybody's like, come on, and it's just like, nah, just chill out. I just want people to chill out. I want people to take their time. When you rush, you screw up.
I'll say this about all of this: the fact that I know it's Lionsgate that have been pushing these guys to do this, and so if it looks like they've left it in their control, and they clearly have a vision. If it's their vision and not so you need to do this, or we'll take it from you. I'll see it. I'm fascinated to see where it goes, because what they did with the second John Wick film is that they set up they
opened the world more,
and that's what I really did like about it. It's not as good as the first film, but it opened the world. It's a tool to open the world up a bit more. So these guys do this guy do this. You get to understand the hierarchy now, and so that's why.
Because I want to know about the high table and whatnot.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, we've gone off book with this, but Atomic Blonde. That's what we're looking forward to.
We're all looking forward to Atomic Blonde.
With that, I will end this podcast. Thank you, Neil. Thank you. What was your name? What's your nickname? Shadow Killer. Thank you for. Why would
we call him the 18th Bronzeman? I mean, you said that it's like a Wu-Tang name. Let's call him the 18th Bronzeman.
18th Bronzeman, yeah, okay. 18th Bronzeman.
What's with the nickname?
I have to give you a nickname, man. I'm Jose. Neil is Neil. I'll call you Akuma because of the beans.
Oh, thank you.
You used my actual nickname.
No, I know.
Oh, Satch, man. That's one of your nicknames. Again, it's like a whole Wu-Tang thing. They've got loads of names.
I just have the one nickname.
No, I make the rules. You have more than one nickname. This week, you are Satch, man.
Right, okay.
Next week, you'll be the 18th assassin.
Okay.
Any Wu-Tang fans out there will understand where I'm coming from.
Was that calling you Hot Nickels?
On that note, thank you for listening to the 69th episode of this podcast. And before I forget, where can we find you guys? Neil, where can we find you?
Instagram and Twitter. Find me Shoot for Moon Pics.
Cool.
I'm sure that you'll write it down in the
it's always in the description.
Yeah.
But I always like to.
Yeah, you'll find me there.
And Satch.
Sashman3 on Twitter and Sacha Allari on YouTube's.
Cool. And you can find this podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, not Instagram yet, Stitcher Radio, and iTunes. And like and subscribe on. YouTube and leave a review, a rating on iTunes if you can. That would be great. And that is it. Thanks for listening, folks. This has been the Zedos Gang podcast, and we're out.